So I'm starting with a basic platformer. First, I'm going to add the dashing animation by duplicating the running animation and renaming it to dash. And I'm going to delete all of the frames except one. I'm also going to modify the idle animation and make sure the distance on the left and on the right of the collision mask are the same, so we avoid some issues when we want to dash into walls. So I'm going to put 17 on both sides. And now I can go into the player object, and in the create event I'm going to add two new variables, one called dash speed and one called dash duration, which will be a timer that will tell us whether we are currently dashing or not. Next, in the step event of the player object, I'm going to add a new local variable that will check whether the player is currently pressing the shift key. We're also going to decrement the dash duration variable by 1 every step until it reaches 0. And next we're going to add some code that will happen if the player is pressing the dash button. And we'll set the dash duration to 10 and the horizontal speed of the player to be the value of the dash speed variable times the direction of the player. We also need to set the vertical speed of the player to 0 while they are dashing. So we need to modify this code that's currently applying gravity to the player. And we're going to add a new case if the player is currently dashing. So if dash duration is greater than 0, we just set the vertical speed of the player to 0. We also need to add some code to change the sprite of the player if they are dashing. So we're going to add this here, which is the current code that sets the sprite of the player depending on their situation. And we'll just add a new case before everything else. If the player is currently dashing, we set their sprite to be the dashing animation. And finally, we need to forbid the player from being able to jump or to change direction while they're dashing. So we just need to add a new condition in the if statement to make sure the player is not dashing before we allow them to change direction or to jump. And now if we launch the game, it should be working.